Hey, welcome back to the Ping Pong Flix show. My name is Chris Wong. This is episode 451 of the Ping Pong Flix show, which is just I wish it was a better number because this is I wish the number was episode 214 because this has been amazing morning. Like just an overall amazing and I'm gonna warn you, I'm gonna be swearing on this show because it's an amazing fucking morning. Like I woke up in the middle of the night. I have no idea what I popped open, I gotta get back to sleep. And I did. I eventually went back to sleep, woke up again. It was like 6:40 or something a.m. And there's messages after messages. People are DMing me, people texting me, and they're like, wake up! I'm like, what? What is going on? And that right there, if you already know, you probably already know. Probably the last video to talk about this, I don't know, but Zack Snyder had posted on Vero. Is it real? Does it exist? Of course it does. Of course it does. Now, granted, it's been 2 years, and we've been, after this, we've been confirming this. We've been I don't know. We're bringing every single thing in the kitchen sink to tell everyone that it's real, that it exists. Everybody from Jay Oliva to Fabian Wagner, maybe all these people. It exists. There is a cut. Mark Hughes and Zack Snyder himself at the SnyderCon. Countless articles, countless videos. And it finally is, he's going to settle it right here. And I don't have that up, but he does say in a comment that he's just kind of tired of people saying it doesn't exist already. So it's fine. It's right here. Like, look at it. Holy shit. Is it real? Yes. Does it exist? Yes. Of course it does. And we've known for 2 years. 2 years since Fiona told us that it exists. 2 years of just, oh my God. And this should have been like the final, right? It should have been like the final nail in the coffin on the existence of the Snyder Cut. Yet it's still not. No, I'm not going to show you those tweets from people who still don't think it exists. They think these are empty cans. These are nothing. This is a Photoshop. This is a fake. I mean, I cannot believe those. Those. I'm like, okay, fine. You want to go down in that ship of the it doesn't exist ship, then go right ahead. Just get out. It's gonna. I don't think the movie coming out could even convince you otherwise at this point. And the goalposts keep moving, but whatever. For the most part, a lot of people understand that it does. And a lot of different articles have come out. Yahoo, Variety. I might just show you that one just to show you how much people have started talking about this. It trended to over 50,000 tweets today for us not really trying, And so it really made a big difference. Number one worldwide trend everywhere, and it even beat James Bond today, and I was like, that's incredible. That's incredible stuff. Man, but I was like, when I got up and I saw this, I was tearing, and I was jumping up and down. I was like, oh yes. I mean, it I know it does exist, right? But look at this can. Like we knew it exists, but you're looking at that now. Just looking at that right now, it's the physical copy. It's there. It's tangible. It's real. It's in cans. It's a print, an actual copy of the Zack Snyder Cut. We're looking at it like right there. It's not a digital file or anything. It's in metal cans, and I'll get into what this could possibly mean. But look at that. It's got labels on it. It's got ZS. It's got JL, Justice League Director's Cut. Running time, 214 minutes. 214 minutes of glorious footage of Justice League, right? The Justice League we're supposed to get. We were supposed to see this in theaters. Oh man, like there you go. There you go. You want proof? It's right there. Have at it. And have at it they did, right? There's a lot of different people chiming in on this. And before I get into that further, let's go into what type of chiming in have they done. Oh, that's me. I had a beer today. Yes, cheers, Snyder Cut fandom. It was a good day. Release the Snyder Cut. But different articles. Yahoo, of course, comic book debate. Winter is coming. I'm always wondering about this. I think this is a Game of Thrones site, but they decided to kind of get into it as well. There's comic book. Forbes also did one. Clay Staub, who was one of the, I forgot what it was. He's one of the second acting photographer, something like that. But another part of the crew who released that picture of Bruce Willis there and says, the journey to find legend is never easy, but the fog will lift someday and the truth shall be discovered. Hashtag release a Snyder Cut. So that's awesome. But a lot of people came out today. Screen Rant also wrote, and that's, Stephen Colbert wrote it. Jay Oliva, hashtag the release is Snyder Cut. Of course, our own movement, Inverse, is real. It's extremely long. Fiona had a nice message today, and Zack Snyder said truth as always. I'm literally just showing you what I've been tweeting by now at this point. Cinema blend, a plot twist, really. The Rap also said something as well. Grace Randolph, some of you have sent this to me. Yes, everything is progressing very nicely indeed. I'm wondering what that means. I'm hoping that means that it's a good thing. Rotten Tomatoes, of course, proof that Zack Snyder's Justice League cut really exists. A release of Snyder Cut isn't real. So I'm gonna share. There's a lot to share if you're on Twitter. I posted on Instagram. You should have went to my Facebook as well. So hopefully, just to get the word out that, hey, any deniers here, even in this YouTube comments right now, like you're dying, you're probably like, I'm dying to say it doesn't exist. Well, no, you're wrong. And Ben Fritz, by the way, fuck you, you're wrong. And I got a big pet peeve with Ben Fritz because I talked to him. It's a difference. You trusted the guy. You trusted. He's on a bus. He's ready to take my questions, and he seemed very optimistic and says, "Oh, what about this and that?" And when none of that was in his article, just to shame myself, Fiona, Jay Oliva, and I always forget the other guy that he mentioned, but just to shame the entire fandom at that time, saying it doesn't exist is such a myth, and what, it's just, we've got there. Boom, it's like vindication in the ways, and I think that also excites me. Yes, I don't want to throw receipts around, but you kind of feel like you have to cash in a few, and Ben Fritz is the one I really want to cash in because he took money, possibly, or a promotion, possibly, by running that story for, I don't know, possibly Toby Emmerich. But anyway, that hit piece did quite a number on us, and I'm just feeling very cool and happy that this came out today, and it's part of vindication, as part of just hopefully in trying to shut down all these naysayers. It doesn't all, but there are some like Andy Signor who actually apologized. He actually apologized for release of Snyder Cut. He actually tweeted out, if I could find it here, let me see. Here we go. Andy Signor, baller move, Zack Snyder. I'm sorry if I've ever doubted you or overly criticized you. We don't always have to agree, but watching you stand your own creative ground is inspiring. Hashtag release a Snyder Cut. So you got to just kind of commend those people who come back out and kind of just apologize for not believing in it and things like that, and saying sorry, and being inspired to that he stood his ground. I mean, Andy Signore stood his ground in terms of whatever happened with him in terms of that, but it does inspire a lot of people, and I think that could be a very good thing. So I'm so happy. So happy. I did not get any work done today, but there was not much work to do today anyway. So I know what you mean. I mean, you're like thinking, well, what does this mean, Chris? Like, what is this? What are these metal cans? And after the whole freak out, and after the whole trending, and after the whole thing about what does this mean and stuff like this, is this Zack Snyder's response to Henry Cavill's comments yesterday? What does that have to do with all this? Which I don't think so. I think it's just in general where people are saying it doesn't exist and stuff like that. But let's go into it. Let's go into it. So. This came out on Reddit, and it's the discussion that the photo of the Snyder Cut was a much bigger deal than you imagine. So this is why I want to read this. Not that I'm acknowledging that this is true. I'm just something to think about, I think. Okay, you guys ready? Here's something you should know, and this is especially true of bigger studios and major blockbusters. Physical copies of the film almost never leave studio lots, studio storage facilities, or likewise except for distribution. Director, editors, and producers may have unreleased copies of the film, but they are always digital. For one, nobody wants to store tons of reels at their house. So where was this photo taken? Well, it's definitely either the Warner Brothers lot or Warner Brothers storage facility. Either way, the only way Zack Snyder can gain entry there was if Warner Brothers allowed him to. This photo was a bigger deal than imagined. Zack and Warner Brothers clearly have some sort of arrangement, active communication ongoing. Now, that is only if, though, this picture is taken now, like presently, in present time. It could be this picture was taken back then, back in like 2017, in which case I find that interesting why he would save that to release it now. The other thing is these reels that he has is in his possession. Like, he got to take it home. And I don't know the legalities and logistics of that. I don't know if that's possible. That would be quite something interesting, that he actually have these reels at his house that he can project anytime he wants. Jealous. I'm really jealous about that. And that would be the deal, right? He actually has the reels there, which I think is kind of true, because in some of the comments, someone asked if we could watch it, then if we can come over, and then he said we have to sleep on his hard floor, which is not a problem, Zach. Just saying that's not a problem. Just say when. I'm flying over. I mean, just say when. All right. Maybe not this Christmas because I'm going to Japan, but I would definitely love to get that, but to go there and watch it if you be so kind. But in any case, like, I don't know when this was shot and things, but I would like to, and there's some conversation about when it was, or is it at Warner Brothers storage facility. All these could be right, all these could be wrong. It really depends on how you look at it. But I think what I really want to think about is the fact that it's in reels. Like, what does that mean in terms of production, right? And I'm no expert at all in terms of the process of filmmaking, and maybe if someone else knows any better can comment down below about that. I'm going to share with you some people who have talked about this already. Not the popular opinion. This person, that's a funny name. I have a question. This film would have had a digital intermediate to finish it. Most deliveries for distribution would be in a hard drive in a digital cinema package, and this movie never made it that far. So why are there cans of film reels here? When would those have been struck. I guess in the time of implying that is done. It's in the way they say it. It's in the can, meaning it's done. It's everything. It's in the can, right? That could possibly true. I don't want to get too much in the VFX component of it, but someone from VFX did reply to this. Now, I cannot vouch for this guy. I have no idea who this person is. I'm not saying that he's not telling the truth here, but we can't really prove that he is or not. But the things he says, it sounds very much like what a VFX guy would say. So this person says, I work in VFX industry. This box means one finalized VFX version of the movie is done. This hard copy is then sent to the censoring board where they finally lock the runtime of the movie, which means nothing is going to change drastically after this. Once the censor board locks it, they give a rating to the movie, and that's the first principal full-time movie which the directors and producers can see. After that, there can be reshoots, edits, cuts only if a director or producer think they need to trim down unwanted scenes or continuity. Also, I have to point out that even after this hard copy is sent to censor board, we artists still work on VFX of some sequences. If there is a need to upgrade those VFXs to match with the final look, so mostly it's slightly upgrading the VFX, but nothing changed with the movie. So, I just noticed David Barry says it's in the can. So, yeah, successfully completed, ready for public view. Assumingly, right? That's the assumption in terms of what this guy is saying, if that is true. I don't know. I tagged, the two VFX supervisors that commented before. Hopefully, maybe by tomorrow they'll comment on this. I said, what do they have anything comment to add to this suggestion here on what these metal cans are implying? Because I believe, even though it's just some metal cans and it's just to show that he has a cut, I want to say just thinking that there is a reason behind him showing these metal cans as in terms of maybe a hidden message or message on how he wants to just tell you how finished it is. What process is that at? Because one of the biggest conversations of the Snyder Cut is, well, how finishes it, right? How much is it done? There are still people like Robert Meyer Burnett and John Campea. Other people are like, well, yeah, but it's not done. Maybe those cans are empty. Yeah. No, I'm not shitting you. There are people actually said that. What if those cans are empty? Right. Oh, okay. So he has to open it and show you all the reels, right? Frame by frame. Oh, no. They gotta screen the movie. And when you sit in the movie for 3.5 hours, you're gonna come out and say, man, I don't know what that was, but that's not the Snyder Cut. That doesn't exist. It's what's it gonna take, right? So that part, I'm still like, I'm almost tripping. I'm like on the point of getting really pissed, but I'm trying not to. But anyway, just to celebrate that it is real, it exists. Of course it does. So anybody, if anybody says it doesn't exist and things like that, save that picture, slap it on in the comment, and they'll still deny it, but it's okay. At least you got something that's super concrete now, not like that we haven't had before, but super concrete now that you can slap in the replies of anybody who denies its existence, right? And it just goes on from there. So now, yes, it exists. It's like, come on, like, let's not talk about its existence at this moment. Let's talk about what's in the movie. So what's in the movie? Well, we don't know yet. There's a lot to be had in the movie. There's a lot of things that can be sort of revealed in the movie. It's 3.5 hours, and according to Fabian Wagner from yesterday, really only like 10% of what they shot was shown in the theatrical cut, which I don't know if that's true. That's kind of crazy to think we only saw 12 minutes of the Snyder Cut in the the theatrical part of Justice League, which is nuts, right? But let's just go into what stuff that are missed. And hopefully we've already seen this, where Fabian shows that Robin Wright was supposed to be in the movie, right? She was supposed to be there, and they cut her entire part out. They just never bothered having Robin Wright in there. It's so, why would you cut Robin Wright out? She was such a big role in the Wonder Woman movie. We would love to see her again in the Justice League movie, just to see how it was back then. So, and I think you do see a shot of her slashed down, but I'm sure there's probably talking parts. There's probably something with her and Hippolyta just talking together or something like that. A little bit more than just one shot, one kill thing, maybe. I don't know. There's also Fabian Wagner also revealed to Leonardo Oliveira, who was at there. This we covered yesterday, where he got to go to this meeting. And this one is the behind-the-scenes version of what Zack Snyder had released out. Volko talking to Arthur Curry. There is the Quindin here, and also the armor that he's going to give to Aquaman. So that's kind of cool. Now this scene is something we've never seen, right? We've heard about it, we've talked about it, but now we actually get to see a little bit about it. This is some of the art that was cut. Karen Bryson's right here, Ray Fisher, and they're about to get into the car crash that automatically, it says that she'll pass away at this moment. This would have been this would have been the tragedy that would have happened to Cyborg, and spiral his way into being Cyborg. So, what a wonderful arc this would have been. We really wanted to see this. This Cyborg was the heart of the movie, and they cut out these important moments in his arc to really get the feel of him, right? We just barely touched the surface of Cyborg, of Victor Stone in the theatrical cut. This would have just gave us so much freaking more, and I want to be able to see that. So it's great to actually see that these scenes were shot. Of course it was shot, but some people just need a little bit more. Another cool photo of Gal as Wonder Woman, as always. Of course, Lois and Clark. Like, what do they actually say in this part? What was the actual conversation during that part? A New York set. What else is there? The Themyscira. We see a little bit behind the scenes with that, so that's kind of cool as well. I don't know if you actually saw those before. The Batmobile. So much cool stuff that he shared at that meeting. So I want to thank Leonardo for actually sharing with this on Twitter for us, and really cool. And of course, this is the behind the scenes we've seen of Cyborg and digging in the grave and such, right? And maybe a little bit about, I think we've already seen this, where the Cortland boat, in part where Aquaman saves that fisherman. But that's all awesome, and that's just so cool. Ray Fisher, Karen Bryson right here, showing a little bit of the love for that, and it's so unfortunate we didn't get to see their interaction in this movie. So hopefully when the Snyder Cut comes out, I mean, not hopefully, when the Snyder Cut comes out, we will get to see their interaction, their arc, get to see Cyborg's arc, and just revel in the moments of what this movie, this 3.5 hour incredible epic, was supposed to be. Now that we know, of course we know. I mean, now that everyone knows, should know, and absolutely just hands down, sword on table, whatever. Just it exists. It fucking exists. So Warner Brothers, please release the motherfucking Snyder Cut. So anyway, that's the Snyder Cut news for today. Incredible moments today. I was in tears this morning. I was just like, I can't believe this is happening, and I was just real useless today, aside from being on Twitter. So that is that. So we got to keep going. Zack Snyder is giving us more fuel for the fire. Hopefully, this all means that it's coming really soon. It's just a matter of time, and we'll see what happens then. So, on a side note, Warner Brothers is having the Brazil CCXP this weekend, and it's already starting. Here's a picture of today. The booth is all set up at Warner Brothers CCXP, and we got the Birds of Prey. We got Wonder Woman 1984. That's the highlight of the Warner Brothers panel, or the Warner Brothers booth here, at a DC booth here. So that's what's happening this weekend. I think at RT Snyder Cut and the release of Snyder Cut, there's going to be some people on the ground handing out flyers and stuff like that. Brave heroes, brave souls, you guys. We'll probably have some kind of event for this weekend, I think. Well, we'll keep looking at RT Snyder Cut, see what happens with that. But there are some things that did happen at Warner Brothers. Not really happened, but people noticed at the RT Snyder Cut. Not RT Snyder, at Brazil CCXP. See, I'm like, Snyder Cut. We still got to get some type of excitement for other stuff as well. But Birds of Prey released a poster, a new poster. It's very artistic. I mean, it's very artistic in that sense, and it really does, it's very interesting to see the art directions for the different posters and what they put out, and this is just one of them, and it's just got that, I don't know, that Renaissance look. I don't really, I totally forgot my ages of different art in art history, but it is an interesting direction for this movie, and it encapsulates how her mind is actually working, right? And it's just a reflection of her persona, right? That's why there's all these different things happening in these different posters. It is pretty much a Harley Quinn film. Like, she's the central figure in this, with peppered by Birds of Prey in the background. So it's really just a Harley Quinn film. Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey, it should have really been titled, but that's fine. They decided to put Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of one Harley Quinn. So that's your new poster. Let me know how you like that. I think it's better than the birds that are going around too and stuff, but I think it's fine. I mean, I haven't really seen a very an awesome Wonder Woman 1984, awesome Birds of Prey poster yet, but it is definitely interesting and varied at best, right? So that's coming out February 7th. So tomorrow is the Birds of Prey panel. I am unfortunately working, so I won't be live to cover that, but I will be tweeting like crazy, though. So we'll see about that. So Wonder Woman 1984 had some other things as well. And this is the first look at Cheetah merchandise. Yeah. Cheetah merchandise, guys. Look at that. That's... yeah. I'm kind of at loss. I really am. I mean, when I first saw that, I was like, what? No, really? That's Cheetah? I thought she was going to transform. I thought, but it's just an outfit. And then I'm like, well, maybe. Well, let's take a step back. People are saying, hey, don't worry, she's going to transform. I'm like, oh, okay, well, we'll have to wait and see how it, turns out. And there's some people who actually watched the film and actually said that, just wait, just you wait. It's going to be fantastic. She's going to move the way she moves and stuff like that. So I'm like, oh, okay, all right. So maybe this is just her first, her outfit, doing some things, and then, she finally gets transforms, later on. It's like a gradual werewolf curse or something, So I mean, I'm really trying to look out for that. Someone even mentioned that on the other side of this mug could possibly be her in her transformed form. So that's interesting. So if anybody's there right now, can you pick up that cup? Turn it around and see what's on the other side. Come on. If that is true. I don't know. They could probably hide it. Would we see that in the trailer at Wonder Woman 1984? Would we see that? I don't know. I feel like maybe we'll have like a glimpse of it. If that were to happen, we'll see this. Then we'll see her like gradually change, and then they'll savor the actual transformed look of her for the movie. Or depending on who the trailer person is, they might want to they might do things like what they did with BVS Doomsday. I mean, that was kind of really sudden, but maybe if they're desperate enough, which I don't know, I don't think they have to, but if they were going to do that, some trailer people's decisions are pretty terrible, and they could actually, show her as Cheetah. So, but I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe they'll keep it a secret, and we'll see how that goes. But there's a lot of different Wonder Woman things that are happening. There is the whole booth setup here. Someone had a video of it. Giant, her in her armor. Got her armor right here. Well, not her armor. Her regular outfit. Some kind of lasso thing. I can't read. Let's see. There's a couple new posters. This one I thought was kind of interesting because to me it just reminds me of Ultraman. Ultraman, and me tokusatsu mind. It just reminds me of Ultraman. But other than that, looking very kind of cool. Slippers with a little bit more of the whole armored look. So definitely she's probably going to be in that armor. I don't see wings though, but she probably have wings. I'm not sure. But that's also possibly, it is in the movie, pretty much confirmed. And that's her outfit. So there you go. There you have it. The Warner Brothers exhibition is underway. There's people there right now. Tomorrow is going to be the Birds of Prey panel. For my time will be 1 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time, so you can go ahead and convert that however you want. I think there's gonna be a Facebook Live Q&A as well, so we'll see how that goes. And possibly a new footage of Birds of Prey. So we're probably going to have a new trailer, and so maybe I'll react to that as well. Then after that, Friday, I have no idea. And then, Friday is the Facebook Live Q&A, right, for Birds of Prey. Then Saturday, I don't think there is much of anything. Sunday is the big day. Sunday, I'm going to be live. I'm going to be live to react to whatever happens on Twitter, if anything can be shown at all, for the Warner Bros. 2020 panel and also the Wonder Woman 1984 panel and trailer. So yeah, look out for that. I mean, I'm pretty excited. Even though, Snyder Cut is like at the top of my list. Are they going to do anything about Snyder Cut this weekend? I don't think so. Please do not expect any of that. Just think that this is just going to be they've planned the Wonder Woman 1984. They planned the Birds of Prey, and possibly I'm hoping fingers crossed for a Godzilla versus Kong. Come on. Godzilla versus Kong teaser or something, just something. God, you're going to make us wait till November. Give us something. So anyway, that is it for tonight. I want to thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for watching. Release the motherfucking Snyder Cut.